Robert Shaw once rightly said, economics is the root cause of all virtue. Hello and welcome to my channel 5 Minute Economics, where I teach economic concepts in a span of just 5 minutes. Today's video is the part 2 of how to crack UGC NET paper in the first attempt, where I'll be talking about paper 2, which is economics. In my previous video, I spoke about paper 1, which is the general paper, and I'll be attaching the link to that video in the comment section below. Okay, so we all know that the syllabus for UGC NET economics is mammoth, and it has economics from class 11th level to postgrad level, and it is practically impossible and very difficult to cover everything. I'll be basically talking about the modules and guiding you about the type of questions which are asked in the papers. So the pattern is like we have 100 questions, which is for 200 marks. So before moving to the modules, one very important thing which you will require for this paper is a book for solved papers. So I had referred to this book by Arihant, which is the 2018 edition UGC NET set book. It is available on Amazon. However, if you get a better book, you can get it because though the chapters were well explained, there were few errors in the solved papers, and thus I got myself this copy of Upkar's book from local bookstore. So coming to the modules, so we have microeconomics, where we have demand, cost, welfare economics and general equilibrium. Here they usually ask the relationship between the average cost and the marginal cost, who formulated the King's demand curve, and always they ask about the life cycle hypothesis and the permanent income hypothesis. Moving further to macroeconomics, which has classical, Keynesian, neoclassical and business cycle. Business cycle is UGC's favorite question because every year they ask about the constraint cycle, who formulated, like for example Hicks, the accelerator and multiplier, who formulated that. They kind of ask a match the following for it, and the types and shapes of ISLM. So these two modules should be given equal weightage, and a lot of questions are asked from them. Moving further to statistics and econometrics, where sampling, one question is must, where they ask about the types of sampling. Mean, median and mode might be asked, and correlation and regression also one question might be asked. However, they ask mostly on the test like the Granger causality test and the Fisher test and test of significance. Here this module only 2 or 3 questions will be asked, and questions are limited and repeated. So our next module is mathematical economics. So this was introduced just last year, back in 2019, and it has sets, calculus, input output model. Very simple, 1 or 2 questions are asked from this module. My suggestion to you is, if you are new to mathematical economics, don't waste much time on this module because very few questions are asked. Rather focus on other modules. International economics, here we have trade theories and components of current and capital account. So they usually ask you, they give you an item and ask you under what head will that be placed. And one favorite question under trade theories is like they give you the theories like absolute advantage, relative cost advantage theory, and who formulated them. So that is something which is always asked under trade theory. 4-5 questions might be asked, or 3-4 questions might be asked, it depends on the paper. Coming to public economics, so here we have tax system, GST, elasticity and buoyancy of tax, types of GST, and questions on GST are must. And here their favorite question, which they always have seen they ask, is like fiscal deficit minus interest payment gives us what? It gives us primary deficit. So such type of questions are asked under public economics. Here 2, 3, 4 questions are asked from this module. Moving next to money and banking, which has components of money supply, monetary policy and central bank. Here they usually ask about the components of money supply like M1, M2, M3, M4, what it has. And the monetary policy and central bank basically consists of repo rates and reverse repo rate. Moving further to growth and development economics, I would tell you that this is a very important module. It has theories like Harrod-Domore, Solow model, balanced and unbalanced growth. 2-3 questions which they usually ask are who formulated the theory. So one needs to know the origin of the theory, that who formulated them, as well as the year, because that is something what they always ask. They give you the theories and ask you to rearrange. So 4-5 questions are must from this module. And next we have environmental economics and demography, which has Coase theorem. I've already made a video on this. I'll be attaching in the comment section below. Market failure and mortality and morbidity rates. Basically here what they ask is like which state has the highest level of infant mortality rates, and such type of questions are asked. 2 or 3 questions are asked from this particular module. So our last module is Indian economy. I would say this is a very important module because many questions are asked from this module. It basically has budget, current affairs, new schemes and policies. So read about the budget before you go for the paper, and new schemes and policies, that is the Yojnas which have been launched by the government in relation to poverty and women empowerment. Read about them, what they basically comprise of, and that would be really helpful. So this sums up with the modules, guys. Now you must be thinking, how will you prepare so much? So there is no shortcut. Do devote some time to the chapters, but I would say again and again give a lot of time to the previous year's papers, because that definitely helped in my case. So I used to solve papers and then take out a score, and after a few days I used to solve the papers again in which I scored less, because questions and pattern of questions is pretty repetitive. So do that. I'm sure it will be very helpful to you. Good luck, guys. Let me know in case of any doubts in the comment section below. Please do like my video and subscribe to my channel, and hoping to see you in my next video pretty soon.